There it is. There's the announcement. Some of you enjoy the starting music. Some of you don't. I get it. Wow, what a year. So I sat down and did our taxes and looked over that stuff for the accountant. And wow, I expected better from the book. You know, we were, you know, and some people are telling me to just walk away, cut my losses, and let it be. I think the book's more important than that. And I think I need to stick to my guns. But, you know, when the numbers are in your face, you know, what do you what are you supposed to do? The numbers are there. It's telling you that people don't want the book. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to spread the word. You know, a couple of new channels have popped up that are amazed and wishing they had seen and heard about the book a few months earlier. But, you know, my wonderful friends out there talking about the book, talking it up, getting it out there. Uh, and that's no knock towards anybody. Please don't misunderstand. We have so much fun out here on YouTube. Um, you know, and yeah, there's the let's just call it the politics. There's the politics that pop in every once in a while and get in the way. Hey, Lena, music. Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Um, you know, so there's the politics and the swatting that's continuing, and other issues that kind of screw up YouTube for us. But you know, besides all of that, it's a lot of fun. There are some really great people out here and great creators out here that are turning out incredible stuff. Um, I hope to one day pop up some snowplow videos over on my other small channel, um, and show you guys some of the stuff that I do at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning to try and clean up snow for people. But you know, time is what it is. Uh, oh, so we're in the same time zone then? Okay, but yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. I spent 15 years doing this stuff and continue to do it to my yard and my garden. I spent 5 years amidst working armed security and managing armed security to write this book. My mistake was, oops, I wrote it down. I physically, longhand, wrote it down instead of typing it. And basically messed myself up. So I had to go back and spend another year typing the book and getting it together and getting help with it, what have you, to try and get this information out to everybody. You know, you could say I'm the excessive good Samaritan. I try too hard in some cases to help people out. And it is what it is. You know, I appreciate that. I do what I can. Um, to think that I'm in the neighborhood of $20,000 in the hole to try and get this information out to you guys as inexpensively as possible. Okay, live and learn. I don't necessarily see myself at this point writing a second book. It's not in the cards. You know, I'm going to disappear back into nothingness and just hang out on YouTube with friends and have a good time and check out some great channels. You know, a lot of really big channels ask for the book with expectations and promises that they didn't follow through on. You know, and those channels could have made the book. They could have They could have done it for us, and we'd have had another book on the way, and you guys would have learned every step of the way as I was putting the book together, and had all the details right there on YouTube without having to purchase the second book. Um, but God didn't put it on their heart to speak about the book and to take it anywhere and to do anything with it. They got the information that they wanted, they got it for free, and they went on about their life. I don't fault them. Life's too hard. There's too many things going on. You can't. Sometimes you just can't keep your promises. Sometimes you just can't keep your word. Sometimes things get in the way. Life gets in the way. Some big religious channels and some camping channels and some cooking channels, and it's across the board. A lot of people have read this book. There's 400 copies of it at least out there, and I paid for half of them to put them out there. Hey, 320, what's going on, sweetie? Hope you're feeling good. But yeah, now that the numbers are in, now that I see, that this endeavor on YouTube is fruitless and costing me more than it's worth. Yeah, I'm kind of at a crossroads. I don't know whether I should continue and give you guys more information or just shut up and go away and go on about my other channel. I don't know what to do here. Kind of at a loss. That's kind of why I titled this the way I did. There's stuff in the Bible. I'm not gonna claim anything here, but there's a parable in the Bible that speaks of casting your seed on the road, on the rocks, and on the prepared soils, and what to expect. Should you tend them all? Should the wind take some away? Should that falls within the rocks be fruitful? What are your plans? I cast the seeds out here in YouTube world and hope for the best. And maybe it's because I don't do an actual video. Maybe it's this, or maybe it's that, or maybe it's something else. YouTube is an interesting world all by itself, and its creators are phenomenal. They really are. And to continue to come up on a daily basis with different topics and different videos, and the incredible amount of time that they spend putting these things together, and the results that they're getting and the views that they're getting. I could only wish that I could do half of what you guys can do. It's incredible. But hey, Nathan Lee, what's going on? I'm doing all right. I'm just kind of, I'm facing the reality that YouTube's not a place for this book. I couldn't get the backing. I couldn't get the help. I couldn't get I put a lot of time into it prior to writing, to actually having the book ready. And then another year I've spent here hoping, crossing my fingers that the book would land in the right person's hand, and that person would find it, within themselves and, on their heart, what have you, to get this book and speak well about the book, speak highly about the book, and get it out there and get this thing launched. And it failed. Whether it's my approach, whether it's my friends coming on too strong, trying to help. And I've heard all sorts of stories from all sorts of people, all walks of life, as to why the book's not getting there and not going anywhere. It is what it is. But when the numbers are in your face and you've got it sitting there in front of the accountant and you see the losses, and they're tremendous. All I can hope is that the few people that have the book put it to use and get the great results that I promise are there, and make the changes for their gardens and their yards, and start reaping the benefits of what I've been through. It's not a complicated process, and it's very inexpensive. It'll actually save you money in the long run. I thought that alone would be enough to wake up YouTube and to really make this thing bottle rocket. But hey, it is what it is. So what are you guys planting this year? What are your extreme plans for your gardens this year? I know 320, you've been dealing with some other issues, and you may not even get around to gardening this year. I pray and hope for the best for you. I really do. As I do for all of you. We're facing some hard times in our country and across the planet, and a lot of people are suffering. And a lot of it's got to do with bad food. A lot of it's got to do with radiation. A lot of it's got to do with fear mongering. I mean, come on, I have to laugh. I'm sorry. I have to laugh. Here comes this virus that's no worse than the common household cold or flu season, what have you. And people are losing their minds because the TV tells them to. And what's their answer? They run out and buy out all the toilet paper. I think they got the Bernie Sanders thing confused with the virus, and they're planning ahead for socialism versus getting vitamin C and getting colloidal silver and getting vitamin D and amping up their immune system and getting ready for this, which they should do every year anyhow. Hey, love and gratitude, what's going on? Oh, that's good to hear, 320. That'll help you immensely. The peace of mind that comes from it. Getting your yard, barefoot friendly, would be one of my key goals for you, and enjoying a weed-free garden. Honestly, that would be my perfect prescription for you. And people don't understand. There's so much peace of mind. You turn off Facebook. You leave the phone in the house, and you go out in your yard, and you work it a little bit. There's some mental gratification, and there's some endorphins released that you can't get anywhere else when you reconnect with nature. Go camping. Go up in the woods someplace where cell phones don't work, and spend a weekend, and you'll see things happen. The human body, it's an incredible organism existing on this planet, and when you get away from the everyday hustle and bustle and rush to nothingness, hurry up and wait, and you get away from that, there's something to be said for that peace of mind that comes from that. That morning AM coffee as the sun's rising, and you get up and you walk outside, and you reconnect with nature, and hopefully with neighbors, and drink that cup of morning coffee and watch that sun come up, and see what your yards and your gardens are doing, and see what your flower beds are doing. There's something special about that. There's something that touches the human soul, that reinvigorates human beings, that, you know, and a lot of our animals are pets, like our dogs that go out in the yard and just lay there for hours on end. You know, they understand this. They may not comprehend what's going on, but they're reconnecting with the vibrations of the planet. And there's peace of mind that comes from that. And there's simple happiness that comes from that. So many people are sold on got to have the latest cell phone, got to have the newest and the latest and the greatest of this, that, or the other. Oh my God, got to have the high end TV and the race for this and the race for that. Hey, Chef and More, sweetie pie, how you doing? How you doing? Life's Adventures, welcome to the room, and thank you for joining me. Uh, yeah, I hope I can return the favor, dear. But yeah, there's so much happiness that can be found reconnecting with nature and reconnecting with the garden, and looking at the simple things in life. You know, Chef and More. Here's a lady that takes the worst case scenarios, and yes, I'm gonna go there, Chef. I'm sorry, but I still cannot stop laughing about your adventures at the dollar store, banging on the door, trying to get in, trying to get that shopping done on a Sunday when they're closed. Oh my God! I wish I had been there. I wish you'd have videotaped it. I just, oh my God, I could not stop. I still can't stop laughing and crying about it because it is just. I can actually physically see you over there, all frustrated, all worked up. The people are inside trying to stock shelves. You're banging on the door trying to get in, and not even realizing that it's Sunday and they're closed, and you can't shop there on a Sunday. It's the dollar store. Oh my God! But I digress. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pick on you, but guys, you want to check out a great channel that's absolutely hilarious in her own way. The misadventures that this lady goes through on a day-to-day basis, you will not regret. And you know, we need so much more of this in our lives. We need so much more laughter over silliness, taking such, you know, a race to get things done, and our lives being so, you know, hurry up and get it done, and hurry up and be ready, and got to get this done and got to get that done, and putting so much significance on what little time we have to get ready for something that is so immaterial, and then the reality of the moment steps in, and you can't help but laugh at yourself. You can't help it, you know. And I try to, even in my Facebook world, I try to once a day, you know, put out something that just absolutely made me stop everything and just laugh for 5 or 10 minutes, because there's already enough we've got to worry about. There really is. And when you stop in the moment and you start laughing at the reality of it, and you start facing what's really going on there, um, you can't help but have a better life. If you just filled your life with laughter, you would have a far better life than the billionaire worried about the next interest rate or the next investment and the next little problem. Well, thank you, Life's Adventures. That's actually me. That is a loop soundtrack, 3 hours of me playing the Indian flute. Um, and you know, a lot of channels, and I don't knock other channels. Don't misunderstand, but you know, sometimes they hit that dead air, that dead space. And I want every one of my videos, whether I continue doing them or not, I want every one of my videos to be such that you could sit down driving your car and listen to this and have the continued audio in the background. Even if you're not paying attention to me, you've got that peacefulness, that serenity. I mean, others have asked me for a copy of the soundtrack to help them sleep and to help them, you know, chill out for the day and wind their day down. And I felt that it was just the perfect background music for what I'm trying to do here, what the book is about. You know, the Native Americans tried to teach the settlers disinformation. And it's so important that this information not be lost. So I took it upon myself to write this information down. And I screwed up. I'll be honest, I screwed up. My first original draft of this thing was 500 legal pages, and and it sucked. It was terrible. It was, oh my God, it was so boring, and you know, full of the scientific detail and full of the, and literally it was just that. It was better off as manure paper, and should have been buried in the garden. It was terrible, terrible. But the information that was there had to be a better way of delivering this information. And, you know, I felt that, just like we were saying a moment ago, the laughter of the moment, the laughter of the day, when you're going through it, it may not be funny, but after the fact, and you look back, it's hilarious. And you just kind of lose yourself in that. And that's kind of why and how I decided to change the book and write the book and give you the information. I wrote down my mistakes. I told you what I did wrong. And I told you how, you know, how the neighbors stood in amazement yet picked on me, and how, you know, guys being guys, yeah, you know, we're going to say things to each other, but that's just guys being guys. That's just how we are. Real men, that is. You know, some of these others that are, well, let's not go there. But each and every one of you know what I'm talking about. Just because they have a pair doesn't make them a man. Anyhow, yeah, the comparison, and you know, I saw the comedy in the moment, and I got together with an incredible guy in California who's a sitcom writer, and we took my book to the next level. And with his input and the help from the other company, you know, all right, yeah, it cost me a small fortune. You're going to spend $15 on this book, and you're going to get $20,000 worth of investment, because that's what it cost me in the end. You know, we're looking at a $20,000 loss, and for $15, you can get your hands on this and have a good laugh. When's the last time you picked up a textbook from school or college or anywhere for that matter and read a story in that textbook that gave you the detail how to create an incredible mother nature friendly yard that is extremely healthy, that makes you healthy, and extremely in the flower beds. I cannot tell you how incredible my roses are. You know, they are over the house this year. They've reached that point. You know, I 25 feet easily, 25 feet going over the house and getting ready to come down the other side so that I can blanket the front of the house with this gigantic rose bush. Um, it's incredible, and it's doing so well with very little input from me. The soil's not retracting; it's growing. The aeration factor, and all of this is available in the book. And when you apply these simple steps and this understanding, and that's what it is. It's understanding what the Native Americans were trying to tell us. And when you apply these simple understandings from the book, you follow the steps, and you apply these things to your yard and your garden, and you have to treat them as one. They are the same. They have an effect on each other. If you put Roundup down around your garden, you're going to kill your garden. I'm sorry, that's just how the chemicals work. Avoid the chemicals. I can't preach that enough. But when you treat your yard and your garden along the guidelines of this book, or even for that matter, a potted plant with like cherry tomatoes or something, the tomatoes that you're going to get out of there are going to blow your mind. They haven't been available in grocery stores in 35 years. This stuff's just not there. They don't want it to be there. That's why we're all sick. That's why we're all suffering. That's why depression is so tremendous across the board in every country. There's a standard right now of what is considered organic. And every country has their own classifications. Every country has their own way of stipulating this. So many years chemical free, so many years of this, so many years of that, can't be this type of seeds, can't be this, can't be that, can't be the other, for you to be considered organic. England is the leader right now in its qualifications as to what is considered organic as far as a farm is concerned and as far as what the food is. Hey, old beer buzzard, what's going on, my friend? So yeah, get your hands on the book. Have a good laugh at my expense. I expect to get some emails back at thegreenwizard@hotmail.com, no spaces, that just laughing and poking fun at me and what have you, because of the mistakes I made getting this book together and getting a $20,000 investment available to you for $15. You're going to have fun reading this book. It's not a normal book by any means. People are blowing through this book and having a great time reading it in an hour and a half. Literally, just an hour and a half. But then they're going back with highlighters and what have you, just like the old school days, to pull out the information, to dig out the fruits that are in there, because they blow over them laughing and so entertained that they don't realize they've even read the information. They have to go back and find it. Some people get so enthralled in the book and so excited that they actually have skipped details and killed plants. And it's funny. You feel bad for the plant and you feel bad for what they were trying to do, but I understand. They were reading this book. They were so entertained and they totally screwed it up. Oh, all right, Beer Buzzard. I'll be looking for that. But yeah, what's your plans this year? What are you planting? I tried to plant the seeds of this book last year, and I thought we could make a difference across YouTube and across the planet, for that matter. 3 copies sold in England. That's it. 3 copies. 2 copies in the UK, 1 in Japan. The other 50 sold here in the United States and Canada. That's it. So a year's worth of work, and I got 60 plus copies out there. It's already Life's Adventures. Have a good one. We'll talk to you. Yeah, check out some of the other titled videos, because there's detailed information buried in there. And some of it refers back to blank pages in the book. They work hand in hand. But alrighty, well, I'm not going to hold you guys up, and I'm not going to keep banging this drum. You guys have a great day. I hope the best for your yards. I pray the best for your channels. I hope those channels that got their free copies of the book, I hope God steps in and says something to them. And I really do pray that those channels that got their free copies, that had made promises, whether to me or to other people that paid for the book and sent it to them. I really do. I have hopes, dreams, and what have you. I hope you guys want a second book. There's more detail. There's more information. There's more going on. Yeah, I hear you, old beer buzzard. I hear you, beer buzzard. I totally do, and I totally appreciate it. I know how hard you worked. Um, and it's an experience of a lifetime. Everyone should spend the time and write a book. Whether they publish it or not isn't the important factor. You change for the better. You change. You understand yourself a little bit better for writing a book. You really do. And if you want to publish and you want to take it to the next level, I can help there. But at the same time, it is what it is. Oh wow. I guess I should have probably turned that other one on. Because I know some people are there. It is. I'm still selling signed copies. We didn't even do very well in that. It helped. Uh, but yeah, the web page itself too also has a link to the signed copies. But yeah, I'm not going to keep beating you guys up. I'm going to shut this thing off and disappear. I guess this was the wrong time of day. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I could have waited and caught a larger crowd, but my videos reach the people that need to hear it. And I pray the best for all of you. I really do. I hope this year is an incredible one for each and every one of you. I hope those of you that got the book really, truly give it a chance and go with it. And it makes a difference in your life. Um, the yards and the gardens that are capable utilizing this organic information will just absolutely, truly blow your minds and give you things you've never seen before. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like and share this out, everybody. Get this out to everybody that needs to hear it. A lot of people got this book and never fulfilled promises. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm facing the hard, cold reality of what I've done, and it's gonna take me a few years to pay this all back, and get this all back where it needs to be. And for those of you that are suffering both mental illness and physical illnesses, I pray that this year cures you. I really do. I pray that things change for each and every one of us, and you incredible, incredible creators on YouTube. I hope the troll situation squares itself away and we can all get back to enjoying the fruits of what you guys are creating. I appreciate everybody's time. Again, share this out. I pray for all of you. Best of luck this year in your gardens and your endeavors. And I hope nobody falls on bad times. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate you stopping in.